to help to redirect your child.
Could you please record?
So here, you see? Over here, it says, step 1, we have here 4 steps that is going to help us to come up with the words to help our child to kind of get connected to them and get to do what we want them to do. For example, it says name. Let's for instance say Sophia. And then this is number 2, describe what the child did. It says Sophia, you pick up the toys, for instance. Number 3 says, relate how the child's behavior helped others. So Sophia, you pick up the toys so your brother doesn't fall. Number 4 says, end with a phrase such as, that was helpful. So Sophia, you pick up the toys so your brother doesn't fall. That was very helpful, and that was safe, or that was very kind of you. Because we are praising in a very positive way. We are just pointing out the good thing that she did.
And the consequences for
The
her
consequence,
action. Her
right.
action is the kid that won't fall.
Right. So you see, that's why it was safe. It was helpful.
Just tell them what is the reason of doing things, not doing because I want you to do it. Doing because there is a reason for it.
Exactly. So this
And
is
a good reason.
and a good reason. And this is the part where the conscious part comes into place. Because we have to explain it. Why? It's not you have to do it because I want you to do, or because I said so. That is completely very old-fashioned. I know that most of us may have grown listening to that phrase. Is it common for you? I said so. Why? Because I said so. I don't know if you...
And many of the children, will learn from, because my mom wants me to do that. But why? Because my mom wants me to. But they don't know.
They do it because they are told so. But then when they grow up, they may even forget. It's just you repeat things over and over.
Like you just say, why? You are my boss?
Yeah.
I said, okay. And then I just say, okay, you're my boss and I'm the boss to the muffin, okay? I said, okay.
Yeah. So this is a good example for a way, because sometimes we just think about, and I keep thinking about all the time, how can I talk to my child that she can understand and follow whatever I'm trying to tell her? Or because I'm asking her to do something, it's not just because I want her to do so. It's a certain thing that she has to learn to do it for her own sake, for her own protection as well. What about we do an exercise really quick before here? We're going to pick one here. You have in the other page already.
What's the top?
It says skill of noticing. And here we have the skill of noticing practice examples. This is practice examples. Let's pick example number. What about if you pick the example you want and then you give me the answer? I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Here you have a list. Besides that page, of different colors. The page to fill it out is purple, and the page where you have different examples, some of you have light green and some of you have white, right? So the example says skills of noticing practice examples. It says your child shared a toy with a sibling while playing at the house. That's number 1, for instance.
These are the examples.
I put different colors, right? Okay. Do you want to help me? You can do it in Spanish or English, whatever works better for you.
So what do you want to do?
Right here, exactly the same thing that I exactly the same thing that I explained,
Okay.
and it's right here that you have to fill out only.
Okay.
You can pick any of the examples right here and come up with one of these.
Sophia.
Yo tengo una idea, but can I do like my own?
Sure.
Okay, so skill of noticing. My son, last weekend, he picked up the leaves outside the house, and I had to tell him all the time. This time he did it on his own. So I said, Steven, you picked up the leaves. That was really nice of you. I didn't have to tell you, and that's a great help. Thank you so much. That was really
Great.
nice.
Specifically, because you told him how helpful he was, you described what he did, and you related to him with his like you are the one who did it. You picked that. That was very helpful, and I didn't need to ask you because he's a teenager, so he knows already what is his job or the way that he could help you. So that was great.
Great.
What about you guys? Do you have an example?
How about when the girls share, when they go in the house and they don't fight for the toys, but they share the toys?
They share the toys. Do you have any idea?
The one that said that is talking on the phone and there's some interrupting. You ask him to wait, he gets his turn and he starts playing. So you have to tell him that that is talking, so don't interrupt him, wait your turn, and then he will play with you after that.
Exactly. For that example explains, for instance, when you're talking on the phone, this is very typical, right? So we're talking on the phone and then the children come, so it interrupts you. So what in this example, the mom turns around and tells, play with your toy while I'm finished talking. And the child waited for the mom to finish talking. So the mom went to him and told him. What would you tell your child in that type of situation?
Play with the toy. Play with your toy when I'm finished. I will play.
Exactly. But if he finished, and if he waited there, so you are
Thank you for waiting for me.
exactly.
Now I have to play with you.
Exactly. So you waited when I was on the phone. That was very helpful. So now I'm here. What do you want me to help you?
You have all my attention.
Now I'm here. And then he's gonna see you happy. He's gonna see the reaction, the positive reaction that you have. So then he's gonna click. Oh, I saw my mom happy when I waited for her playing with my toy. So she or he is gonna tend to repeat the same positive action because she actually got your attention in a positive way, even though they like even positive or negative attention sometimes. But in that way, it's gonna click on her.
And it's normal in the age of 4 and 5. For example, in the school, they say, sometimes we need to repeat 3-4 times, and the routine and the school. For example, her teacher told me that. Say sometimes, not always. That is normal, and the 4 and 5-year-old.
So the 4 or 5-year-old to start.
And the 5, she's 5 now. So in the school, and the last meeting I have with the teacher, she said sometimes she's so good, sometimes I need to repeat her routine 3 and 4 times. And most of the time when I repeat because she's tired. She said that.
That's normal.
That's normal.
That's normal. A child that is 4 or 5, it is normal for them that you sometimes have to repeat over and over what you explained yesterday. That is normal because she is in the process of learning. So you have to be constant. One day she can get up, but you have to redirect them back from what you want her to do. Be constant.
But don't they like sometimes because you're getting used to that, you don't say things once, you have to say it several times because
like
they're not
a
gonna
broken-
listen the first time.
Broken record. You have to become a broken record with
But
in a
some
very
people
concise
say
way.
like, you have to be firm, so you don't have to keep saying the same thing over and over, because if you just say, oh, then they're not gonna listen to you because they know that you're gonna say it again like 2 more times. So they won't listen the first time.
It all depends.
How does that
What is your
work?
it all depends your consistency, because if you have taught your child to, it all depends in what moment it is. If you tell him pick up your toys, for instance, and the child doesn't pick it up, pick up your toys. So then, if still he's not listening to you, then you have to change a little bit and say pick up your toys. So you redirect with your hand, pick up your toys and put in his or her basket. And if it's still, so you, as a broken record, you have to repeat over and over the same.
What about if I told her, if you don't pick your toy after 3 or 4 times, repeat the same. If you don't pick your toy, I'm gonna put that in the trash.